This is the Roulette Master, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I have new content releasing every single day at 9 a.m. And for today's method, it's a modification of a previous method. One of my subscribers told me that I should do this, and I think it's going to work out really well. So we're going to actually start with 10 on first 12, 10 on second 12, and then we're going to start with let's see, where'd the 33 go? 10 on the first and the second column. And then we're going to spin. And this is not going to be martingale, but I'll show you what to do. Okay, so the first and second won, so it's going to stay at $10. And the we bet, let's see, 17, it won also. So it's going to stay at $10. And the first part of this strategy is like martingale, but then the second half is anything but. So just keep watching, and I'll get you through this. So the 10 just won on the first and second 12, and it won also on the columns. So this is working out really well so far. Okay, definitely one on the first and second 12, and one on the columns again. Wow. $19 red, one on the first and second 12, also one on the columns. Fantastic. I get a few losses here to show you how we're going to do the second half of this. Okay, so we lost, or no, we won. We won on both again. Okay, we'll get a few losses here soon. But when you do play two 12s, you definitely win more than you lose. That's just obvious because you have 2/3 of the numbers. So, okay, there we finally had a loss. Not on the first and second 12, but on the columns. So they're going to double to 20 each. And the first and second 12 are going to stay on $10. Okay, so the 27 definitely lost on the columns again. So that one had lost on the previous one, so it went 10 to 20, 20 to 40. Again, these are being doubled. And the first 12 and second 12 lost on that one, and they had won the one before, so it's just at 20 apiece. Okay, so 17 black, we won on the columns, so we actually are back to 10. But that's not the way it's going to be all the time. And we won on the first and second 12, and they're back to 10. So when we get further losses, we're going to, instead of coming back to $10, we're just going to retrace our steps. So if you lose and go 10 to 20, and you lose to go 20 to 40, and you lose to go 40 to 80, then when you win, you're actually going to go from 80 back to 40, not back to 10. So that's what's going to be different. But let's keep playing here, and I'm sure we'll get a few more losses, and I can show you a little bit better. But the subscriber that called in wanted me to play both of these to double the amount of money that you can win, even though it's still an extremely safe technique. So the first and second 12 definitely won, and the columns lost, so they went to 20. Okay, so 28, the columns won, they're back at 10. First and second 12 lost, so they're at 20. $18 red. Columns definitely lost, so let's see, 18. See, they had won the one before, so that one's back at $20 after a loss. And the first and second 12 hit, and it was at 20, so it's back to 10. So the beginning part of this is like martingale, but it's not like martingale where you're gonna keep doubling and reach table maximum. That's the important part. So both of them lost on that one, and the first and second 12 that had one is now at 20, and the columns, which had just lost, they were at 20, are now at 40. So now we're at 40. You can see if we win at 40, we're going to go back to 20. We're not going back to 10. That's the important part of this. So 21. So they lost again. So they went to 80. Okay. So those are at 80. The first and second 12 hit. So they're back at 10 actually. They were just at 20. Okay, so the 23 red, the columns finally won. It was at $80, but it does not go back to 10. It goes back to 40, half of 80. So that's the important part of this progression. We're going up and down, doubling up one forward, doubling one back. First and second 12 hit again. Let's see. All right. The other important thing to learn with this system is that the only time that you're making money is when you're at $10. So all the rest of it is to get it back to $10 so we can make money. But that's also why it's so safe. So it's extremely safe. Now, first and second 12 hit, so it's at 10. The columns hit again, but they were at 40. So they're back to 20 now. As you can see, they're not going all the way back. They're just going one double at a time forward, one double at a time backward. Okay, so 15. So the columns lost. They were at 20. Now they're back to 40. And then the 12s won again, so they're still at 10. Okay, and the columns won. Like I said, it was at 40, so it's back to 20 now. And then the first and second 12 won again. So once you get them both back to 10 again, you can kind of see how you're doing money-wise. But remember that you're just making money when they're on $10. So, okay, that one on the columns won, and that brings it back to $10. It came all the way back down, and then on the first and second 12, they won again also. So now we can get a better representation of what we're up. Okay, so right now we're up $170. Do you see how quickly that changed? Not too long ago we were down 50, but that's because the progressions on the columns were still up. They weren't at $10, they were up at $80 or $40. So you see how quickly that happened? And the first 12 won again, so it's at 10, and the columns won, so they're at 10. And it is much easier to learn this doing one at a time. So if this seems a little confusing, start with just one of these, and then once you get the hang of it, add the columns to the 12s and play them together. Then you end up playing a safe system that wins on both sides. So the 12s lost, so they went to 20. And let's see, 36, the columns lost, so they went to 20. So they both lost on that one. Okay, 4, so the 12s won. They went from 20 back to 10. And on that 4, they went from 20 back to 10 because they won also. So now we're up 170. Okay, and we hit again on the first and second 12. On the columns one also, so they're all at 10. Now we're up $190. So the reason we play both these at the same time is because if we were just playing one, we'd only be up about $95. So it's pretty cool if you can keep track of both of them, that you can play a safe system and win this much money. Okay, and they all lost on that one, so they all go to 20. But never close out when you're up high in the denominations. It will work its way back because you have 2/3 of the numbers. So first and second 12 are at 10 again, and then looks like we lost on the column. So 2 in a row on the column, so that went 10 to 20, 20 to 40. And the way to keep track of these is just to look at the numbers to the left and keep track. That's how you can keep track, is just by watching those previous numbers. So even if you lose track of it in your head, you can just look at there and figure it out. So 33, the columns lost for 3 in a row, so they went 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 80. And then the 12s just lost, and they went from 10 to 20. Okay, and the 12s won again. So they went back to 10. And then on the columns, we did get a win, and we had lost 1, 2, 3 in a row on the column, so it had gone to 10 to 20 and then to 40, and now it's back to 20. Because again, we don't go back to 10. We just go back in the same sequence that we went up. Okay, we won on the columns, so they go back to 10. And we won on the 12s, so they go back to 10. And okay. Okay, 2 black, and we won on the column, so they're at 10. 12s, 1, so they're at 10. We're up $180. Okay, so columns 1, so they're back at 10. The 12s lost, so they're at 20. So when it's time to cash this out, when one of them gets back to 10, you can close it out and then get the other one back to 10. So 32 just hit, and so that column still won, and they're at 10. The 12s lost again, so they went from 10 to 20, 20 to 40. So for instance, if I was wanting to close this out, since the columns just won and they're at $10, I would just get rid of them. And the 12s lost 2 in a row, so they're at 40. And so I would just bet the 40. Then I'd work my way back to 10 and then cash out. Okay, so then I would go back to 20. And it's always going to work its way back because you have 2/3 of the numbers, or at least it should. Okay, so we lost at 20, so we go back to 40. And just have to trust that the odds are in your favor there. So now we go from 40 back to 20. This way you can cash out each one. Okay, well, we're back to 40 again, so not quite yet. Okay, now we're back to 20 again. Okay. Okay, and now we're back to 10, and now we're up $200. So you can see when you cash both of them out, it adds a little bit to how much you've won. But I hope you like this method. I know you guys loved the original method when I came out with the one on the 12s, and I had some messages from subscribers saying, hey, you need to play both of those at the same time and double your winnings. It's such a safe method because you're going up and down in the progression. You're doubling up one when you lose, you're doubling back one when you win, and as long as you have a good startup fund, it's a great way to play. So hope this is a reminder for those of you that love the original video, but also if you're watching it for the first time, hope I explained it well. If not, leave the messages down below. And this is a really good method. So yeah, I love getting your guys' messages, and I respond really quickly. For those of you that haven't messaged me, I usually respond right away, and have good conversations. That's how we get better as roulette players, is to learn from each other. So this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, guys.